Good afternoon. So you've come down, you've met with us here in the Riviera Maya in Tulum, and we have found the property that you are looking forward to being investing in. You've made a reservation deposit in the case of a pre-sale, and you've submitted an offer. The offer has been accepted. You've submitted all of your documents into the developer so that they can prepare the purchase agreement, and you have already spoken with a real estate attorney that we are going to refer you to represent you on this transaction. Now, when we get that purchase agreement back from the developer, we like to think of it as a draft, because developers' contracts, for all intents and purposes, are one-sided. And that's just because they're going to set something up that is going to favor them from the start. Now, what we do with your attorney is go through that purchase agreement in order to create an end product which is fair and balanced between the two. And beyond having the correct information regarding the property that you're buying and the right names and ensuring that the property is clean and clear of liens and all that fun stuff, some of the things that we specifically look for in the purchase agreement is, one, a date of delivery. Following that date of delivery is a grace period, and that's typically 90 to maybe 120, 180 days following that period. And that's just in case something happens that delays construction, it happens. Now, following that grace period, then we're going to be looking to put in a contractual penalty that is monthly, and that amount is contingent usually upon the price of the property that you're investing in. To make it a little bit more, if you're investing more or in a higher end property versus a lower end property. Now, beyond that, then we're going to put a date of closing after delivery. And we specify that because it forces the developer to fulfill their end of the agreement, which is to in the case of a condominium building, for example, subdivide that property, get the condominium regimen done in a normal, acceptable amount of time, which is typically 6 to 12 months following the delivery. And just so you know, developers can't actually apply for a condominium regimen until they are at a certain point in construction. So it can take some time because it has to go through the municipal and state governments in order to get set up. Now, once we have that date in there, the other thing that we look for is to make sure that the buyer is able to choose a notary of their own versus working with the developer's notary. And this is in 99.9% of cases. And the reason is that the attorneys that we're going to refer you to trust the notaries that they work with. It's not to say that notaries are untrustworthy. In fact, they are federal attorneys that are certified by the state and federal government to serve as non-biased participants in ratifying transactions. But the ones that we do work with, we know to do a wonderful job and are looking out for our clients that we send to them to ratify their real estate transactions. So these are some of the details that go into a real estate transaction that sometimes get glossed over with clients, but we do want to make sure that you understand exactly what it is that is going into a successful transaction and representing you, and also for you to have that peace of mind that if things aren't in line and we're not comfortable with that, it's not a deal that we wouldn't sign off on ourselves. We're going to let you know and either find a solution or ask you to move on to a different property or different development where they're more flexible on their policies. Now, we do our best to only refer you to in pre-vet properties that we know and trust and know that the developers are doing what they're doing. But again, sometimes things can happen. So anyways, if you have any questions about purchase agreements or what goes into the completion of a real estate transaction, please let us know. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. Thanks so much.